I'm gonna go on a whim and say that you stumble across this video because you have aspirations of doing content creation full time, and you either watch content creators full time or you know like one person who does it full time, right? Like one crazy kid, right? And you have just this semblance of a desire to do it yourself, right? Because you see the flashy dream of just you can basically do whatever the hell you want all day and sustain yourself and quite possibly make way more money than a traditional 9 to 5. Well, I've been doing content creation full time or doing some form of it, and I'll get into the like specifics of what that actually means because it's so complex. For the past 2 years, I would say, I've considered it my full-time endeavor, and I've only been working on that. Never put any other kind of work as a priority. Mind you, I am a student right now, but I make enough money to sustain myself doing it full time. Last month, we made around like 14 grand, 15 grand, doing content creation just on TikTok and Instagram Reels. So, like, yeah, I'll just dive into what my life really looks like. And I'll say right off the bat, just because you have followers and views does not correlate to being able to do this full time whatsoever. I by no means have the most amount of views I ever have in the past year, yet I make way more money than I did when I had the most views. So like 3 years ago, I was making comedy content and I was like putting up fucking crazy numbers. Like every single video would get like 1 million views. And yet I was making at most like $2,000-$3,000 a month. At most, and it was completely not stable. So I knew at that moment while I was making comedy videos, there's no way I can make entertainment videos, comedy videos full time, or if I did go down that path, it would be extremely complex. So what I chose to end up doing was I chose to simply focus on a way I could make money through content creation. And that was like the primary thought process. I'm gonna move here just because the lighting is kind of starting to go absolutely insane. The sun's like blaring in my eyes right now. But I would say this journey of finding a place where I have like decent stability, I now have monthly recurring revenue from my business, has taken a really long time, and it really had nothing to do with content. Like pretty much this journey of being able to become a full-time content creator had nothing to do with content and had everything to do with myself. Now, what does this mean exactly, right? Because you're probably stumbled here without knowing much about how like monetization works on social media platforms. So I'll just give you a quick rundown. In order to make money on social media, there's pretty much two or three ways people do it. One is by selling their own product or service or somebody else's product or service. And the other one is getting like money directly through the platforms themselves. And yeah, actually, no, that's the only two ways of making money on social media. Like everything kind of revolves around that, right? And then as a side note to that, all of content creation and all the ways you make money around content creation essentially revolves around marketing, if you really think about it. Because the skill set of content creation is literally just being able to get attention from people, learning how to garner mass attention and mass eyeballs. And the only way you can make money off attention is by using that attention to influence buying decisions. So that being said, that's like that really doesn't have to do much with content creation. And then it starts having to do a lot with like marketing, right? And like, you know, sales and marketing. And that was kind of demotivating when I first learned that like, holy shit, there is no such thing as really being a content creator and like making money in a quote unquote like just content way, because you're always going to have to be selling something, right? Whether it's selling somebody else's thing or selling your own thing, like it always revolves around selling. And that really frustrated me at first because I was like, damn, well, I guess I'll have to just sell other people's products on my page. I'll have to sell whatever fucking brand deals I can get, to be honest, through email. Whatever brands email me, I'll just have to, if they pay me enough, I'll just sell it. You know, if this brand wants me to make a 60-second TikTok video and get paid $2,000 for it, well, shit, I might as well do it. And obviously that didn't feel great. So I was starting to look for new ways to monetize. And eventually I stumbled across entrepreneurship. I stumbled across learning how to sell my own thing, essentially, because that felt a lot more pure and more clean way to make money through my content creation than simply selling somebody else's thing. Kind of like selling out in a sense. I hated the feeling of that, right? And I want to touch across a key thing that I learned in this process of like essentially finding a way to go full time with content creation and make money through it, is that it was a constant journey of learning how to develop myself, because that's the only way I was able to learn how to make more money. And I think the more you get into this game of like trying to make content creation full time, the more you realize how much it really just revolves around improving yourself as a person. And I'll link it to the sales and marketing thing, right? Because if the only way that you can make money through your content creation, through this base medium of content creation, of putting out videos online, is through influencing buying decisions of people, you have to become better at influencing people, right? And then how do you become better at influencing people? Well, I figured out it was really two factors. One, it was learning how to be more helpful as a person, like learning how to solve more problems, because once you solve more problems for people, then you can make more money. And the second thing was finding problems to solve too. And that's basically what my life looks like now. It constantly revolves around this thought process of what problems can I solve for people and what are better ways to solve those problems if I already chose a problem to solve. And I know this really doesn't sound much like the life of content creation, but that's kind of what it looks like to do it full time. It revolves around helping people. It revolves around having a core desire to help people, and then, or having a core problem that you want to solve for people, which is an extension of that. And then just doing that more and more and getting better and better at it. And that's what really doing content creation full time can only be. It can only be solving problems for people. And that being said, this really starts to look nothing like content creation, because you can be really good at content creation and not be able to do it full time, right? I had 900,000 followers, yet I had no prospect of being able to do it full time, and I had no ability to even grasp the fact that I could do it full time. And then I went through an entire like self-discipline, self-development arc of like learning how to hit the gym, learning how to wake up on time, learning how to like follow a routine, learning how to not doom scroll on my phone and not be addicted to porn and junk food. And as a result, I got better at being a more helpful person. And I want to touch upon this point of like becoming a better person in terms of being a full-time content creator, is that if you want to do it full-time, you have to like conceptualize full-time content creation not as this game of making content and chasing numbers, but a constant journey of yourself, of improving yourself and pushing yourself to evolve. Because this really doesn't seem like full-time content creation the way I'm describing it, but that is the only way content creation really manifests as a full-time job, is when you essentially just become a problem solver for people, a helper of people in a sense, right? Because that's the only way you can like stably make money by posting videos online. It's by helping people with them, right? And then as a result, building things that help people if you want to actually like own what you sell, right? And if you're fine with selling another product that you really believe in, then it's convincing people that this product will actually help solve their problems. So in a sense, you're still helping solve problems for people. And it always revolves around that. So if you came to this video with this concept of content creation as just like a free money kind of thing where it's not really hard work, you kind of just chill all day and you get to do what you want, it's like kind of true. But if you stay rooted in the version of yourself that you currently are when you enter the process of content creation, you're not gonna be able to do it full time, because it purely revolves around how good you are at solving problems, how much you make money, right? Obviously, that's essentially like how all of making money works, right? It's how helpful you are to society. What you get paid is proportional to that. And do not get caught up in this identity of content creation, or this idealized picture of content creation as simply getting paid to do nothing, or getting paid to not actually help people, right? And kind of just being able to fuck off and do your own thing. Because if you get caught up in that idea and keep chasing like essentially quick money and not genuinely valuable ways of making money, ways of making money that don't involve providing genuine value to people and solving genuine problems for people, and simply making money based on a selfish desire to do content creation full time and stay rooted in what you're comfortable with, which is creating content, then you're going to stay the same person, and your capacity to help people, and therefore your capacity to make money through this skill set of getting attention, is going to remain capped at whatever result and outcome that you're getting right now. And more views necessarily won't really change that, because I have gotten a fuck ton of views before. My highest view month might have been like 50 million to 100 million views on TikTok. Yeah, these videos were very short-lived. They weren't actually genuinely helpful to people, and they weren't really solving genuine problems. They were getting a quick laugh, right? But it was really good at getting like short-term attention. Therefore, I didn't make much money, and I wasn't able to do it full time. I am still constantly seeking ways of solving problems for people. I'm gonna move here so that that thing doesn't like hit me. I'm constantly thinking, even to this day, of ways I can solve problems, of what problems I can be solving for customers and for viewers, and how I can solve those problems better. And then as a third one, how I can improve as a person so I can get better at the first two. And as long as you're just constantly thinking of that, you're going to be able to build this life as a full-time content creator. Or more realistically, or not more realistically, but rather as a better way of wording it, simply be able to make money doing what you choose to do, aka doing what you want and having that kind of freedom. And I think that's what content creation full-time really represents to me, is the freedom to choose which problems I want to solve in the world and how I want to impact the world, and the medium at which I get to do that. I have the freedom to choose those three things, and yeah, I get like paid pretty healthily to do that. So as a TLDR, I rambled a lot, and I'm still getting used to this whole long form YouTube thing. But basically, if you want to build this life as a full-time content creator, there are good and bad ways to go about it. You can go about it with this very feudal like dream and kind of naive mindset of you get paid to do nothing, which really is not true once again. But if you actually view it as a constant process of developing your ability to help people, you're going to create a full-time, stable life as a creator. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time.